Scooby-Doo and WWE Curse of the Speed Demon is the second Scooby WWE film, and I watched the previous one, and this is WrestleMania Mystery, and I liked it more than I expected to, so I thought Curse of the Speed Demon would be one I'd enjoy even more, because the narrative sounded like it would appeal to me much more. I found this to be so dull. I really did not care for this at all. The only thing I liked is the animation and the animation of the vehicles, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But in general, I found this to be one of the worst Scooby films. Maybe if I cared about the wrestlers who were featuring in this, there seems to be quite a lot of professional wrestlers voicing themselves, then maybe it would be a different experience. But even with the previous film, I didn't really know many of the wrestlers by name, and I still enjoyed it. So it's not that that was always going to be a stumbling block for me, but I am aware that while I really didn't like this, maybe it would have been slightly better if I knew the characters or had any kind of connection with them. This one is actually about a racing car race. And as I said, that sounds like it would appeal to me more than a film that was set in a wrestling arena. So it seemed like it could have worked, but the race aspect, very boring, very slow. The pacing of the narrative was terrible. And then, of course, we have our antagonist. This is Inferno. And sure, no problems, absolutely no problems, but also just not that interesting either. In fact, maybe visually a little boring as well. So not bad as such, but definitely not something that I think worked in the film's favour. And as I said, the animation itself is quite good. The race aspect, visually, I like the vehicles. No problems there. But that's not enough for me to enjoy this. The narrative is slow. The characters are dull. I'm not speaking about the wrestlers in this, but the other characters. But obviously I didn't really connect with any of the wrestling characters either. So for me, there just wasn't really anything about this that worked very well. I didn't care for it. I did think I'd like it more than the previous WWE film. And I've come away from it thinking it's one of the worst Scooby-Doo films I've seen. So yeah, maybe I would think slightly more highly of it if I were more aware of the wrestlers, but only marginally. That still wouldn't fix the pacing issues, the boring narrative, the dull antagonist. So it's not great. Do I recommend it? Only if you're a big Scooby or WWE fan. Otherwise, needless to say, it's not a film that's worth bothering with.